survive nuclear fallout. That's today's video. Hello everybody, this is Michael from Asymmetrical Preparedness, and this video idea comes from a subscriber, Teresa Quarter. Teresa Quarter. Thank you for the question, thank you for the idea. She wanted to know more about it. This is a huge topic. Surviving like a nuclear winter, nuclear fallout, if we have nuclear war, something like that, oh my gosh, big topic. With that said, what can we do? What can we do to prepare ourselves for nuclear fallout? A lot of people talk about iodine pills, gas masks, chem suits, stuff like that. Let me tell you, I have experience working at a nuclear weapons facility for the military, security there, and vulnerability assessments of their security systems. And while there, I was a member of their nuclear fallout team. Like say a nuke somehow went off and you had a spill or a dropped weapon or whatever it may be. I was a member of one of the teams. I'm not really going to go into detail what I did, but I've experienced doing this. And let me tell you, it is beyond the capability of the most preppers. This is one of those topics that unless you're militarily trained and have lots and lots and lots of very expensive gear, you're just really not equipped to deal with it. I'm sorry to tell you that. It's the honest truth. It's just one of those things. It's very, very difficult. So am I saying you're SOL? Not really. It's just, there's a lot of things you need to have. Gas masks are fine. But what a lot of people think is they have, okay, I have a gas mask and I have a couple filters. Those filters only last for a couple hours in a saturated environment. And they're more of chemical, biological type filters. They're not necessarily for radiation. They're not radiation filters. There's different kinds of radiation. Alpha radiation, you can stop alpha radiation with, a metal, like a metal, say this was metal sheet, lead, water will stop alpha. Then there's things called gamma radiation. Gamma radiation, pretty much nothing will stop. So, I mean, it depends on what the situation is. It's a very complex and difficult situation to talk about. But if you have a proper, good quality gas mask, like I said, in a saturated environment, meaning the air around you, the environment is saturated with bad stuff, whatever it may be. The more saturated it is, the shorter the time that your filter will actually last. So you're going to need a lot of filters. You're going to need a lot of suits, a lot of duct tape, because a lot of people forget you got to put the glove, like when you put your gloves on and the suit comes over, you can't just let it sit there. You got to duct tape around every single joint where fabric meets fabric, or chem suit meets gloves, or whatever it may be, around your neck, around your hood, around your gas mask, every single spot. So you need a lot of duct tape. You need a lot of suits, but proper suits also. You can't just wear painter suits. Painter suits aren't going to help. And it's also not going to do much for airborne radiation. This is more like surface radiation, radiation on stuff. You're going to need radiation detectors. You're going to need good quality cleaners, basically like solvents, to clean yourself. You're going to need decontamination stations. There's just so much to it. Basically, what I recommend is that you work on your health, your fitness, eat healthy, whole, natural foods, build a good, proper immune system. Lots of garlic, lots of vitamin C, lots of good, healthy foods, lots of water, lots of good exercise. Work on your fitness, your physical fitness, your physical health. Mental and spiritual is also a picture in it, but be as healthy as you possibly can. Have some things, but in this situation, I think the best plan would probably be a bug out type situation. Get out of the area. The best way to survive a nuclear fallout is to not be there. honestly, really, because it is beyond the scope of most preppers' ability to become prepared for it. Underground bunkers and all stuff like that, okay, that may work somewhat. But how long can you stay down there? Can you stay down there for the half-life of uranium or plutonium? No, because that's like hundreds of years. You're not going to stay down there that long. Even if it's 50 years, you're not going to stay down there for 50 years. Then you got to, what about your air coming in? The proper filtration for that. And not just filtration from, chemical, biological, but nuclear fallout. There is just, it is a mind-blowing topic. And I am not the expert on it. Like I said, I do have some experience working with it. And I remember all the stuff we had to go through, setting up the downwind lines and the different rad lines and all the decontamination we had to go through. We had injured man drills, we had spillage drills, we had contaminated person drills, all the stuff they had to go through for that. Really, it's beyond my scope of preparedness. I'll be honest with you. I am not prepared for a situation like that. I would try to bug out, get out of the area as quick as possible. And along with that, part of that is we talk a lot of prepper channels. People, it's a common thing to talk about is living rurally, low population density, away from big cities, aka targets for any kind of situation that may arise. That's a big thing to do. If you're in a big city, if you're in a big target, I'm unfortunately in a big target area. Depending on the prevailing winds, I've researched that and I know where the prevailing winds are going in my area. So I know where I would go based off of the most likely targets. So intel, do your research. Up here, know where are the likely targets in your area. If there's a nuclear reactor in your area, maybe it's a situation like that. It's not a military thing. Say it's a nuclear reactor melting down. Where are they in correlation to you? What are the prevailing wind patterns in your area? Are you upwind? Are you downwind? Whatever. You don't want to be downwind because that's where it's all going to go. Knowledge is power. So learn these kind of things. Plan bug out locations upwind or far enough away from where these things might happen. Either a military threat that might be nuked or a nuclear reactor melting, or it even could be, honestly, it's very, very, very unlikely. But these, they need to transport nuclear waste sometimes. They need to transport the cores for the nuclear reactors, whether they're for submarines, surface ships, military applications, or power plant applications. They need to transport these things. Same with nuclear warheads. Nuclear warheads, obviously, they don't just teleport to where they need to be. They're transported on trucks or planes, sometimes trains. And there could be an accident where possibly if everything lined up perfectly, there may be spillage. Very, very unlikely. I'm very well versed in the transportation methods of the warhead aspect. And the likelihood of that happening is very, very low. But it still is a possibility. Anything could possibly happen. With that said, the way I would do it, yes, have a gas mask. Yes, have filters. Have plenty of filters. Gas mask, if you have an extra gas mask or two, sure. But I would concentrate on the filters and good quality new filters and new gas masks. Not World War II, not Vietnam War era, not anything that says or is labeled as a collector use only. Get current issue. I forget, there's a website I go to, I forget what it is to find out good gas masks. If you want to know what that website is, email me asymmetricalpreparedness@gmail.com. I could probably find it again and let you know. But you're going to spend more money for good quality gas masks. So that's another thing to think about. Another aspect of it would be chemical suits, spill suits. You can go to like Granger's and other companies that sell stuff for businesses, business supply stores that may work or deal with chemical spills and such. And I'm not sure how much those things are, the suits. I know that I don't have that capability. I know that I do have some things I could probably wear that would help. But I know that when it comes to nuclear fallout, and radiation. The three things you got to think about are time, distance, and shielding. Time, the amount of time that you spend in a high saturated area or any saturation of area, the amount of time you spend in the area, the more radiation you'll receive. Okay, so limit your time. Distance, your distance away from it, obviously, will be a factor, depending on what kind of radiation. But the most likelihood is alpha, beta, those kind of things, that kind of radiation. And that's heavy particles mostly. So yes, distance, get away from it. And then shielding is another one. Water, lead, steel, earth, those kind of things. If you live in an underground bunker or you have one, sure, you'd be better off than not having one. But that's a huge expense. And a lot of time, money, hassle, all those kind of things. I don't have an underground bunker. I'm going for the time and distance. Because the shielding part is very difficult to attain. So, and I try to approach it common sense wise. It's one of those threats that I don't think is as likely as most of the other threats. And I don't have the time, well, I don't have the money to dedicate towards that, especially now, due to my current circumstances, and being jobless now. Trying to make this thing my job. So yes, budget is big time. So common sense approach, I guess, my best advice is think about the first two, time and distance. Keep your head on a swivel. Pay attention to news sources. Pay attention to what's going on geopolitically, around the world, locally, all those kind of things. If there's any indication that something might be highly likely, then get out. Bug out. If it's that kind of situation that you're not prepared for. Have bug out routes, bug out locations, bug out vehicles, fuel for them, supplies, caches, all those kind of things. Bugging out, that's a completely different topic that I'm not really talking about in this video. But be ready to do that, to get out, so to limit your time and to create distance. Those are your best options. So I hope this video helped you guys. I hope it helped you understand. Like I said, I'm not the complete expert in the field. I do have some experience, and I know that it's a very, very complicated, very time and cost intensive process to become prepared for a big scale nuclear fallout type event. So, be healthy. Have plans in place to get out. That's basically my best advice. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you got something out of it. I hope I didn't discourage you too much or make you too fearful. It is something in the back of your mind to keep and to be aware of. And there are probably channels out there that will talk a lot more in depth about this, that are a lot more expert and a lot more knowledgeable about this than I am. Like I said, I do have some knowledge, but anyway, you guys get what I'm saying. So I hope that you like the video. Please subscribe. Please hit the like button. Please share the videos. Please spread the love. This is an important topic. The more people we reach, the more people we get into preparedness, then the more people we have in the asset column versus the liability column. The less people we'll have coming for our stuff. The more people we'll have that are a little more well off and prepared to deal with situations. Most situations are smaller scale, shorter events. If we end up in a large scale event, obviously there's going to be a lot of liabilities out there. But we'll have to deal with that when we deal with that. A lot of dealing with liabilities is over on my Patreon channel. Link is in the description below, as well as the Amazon storefront. Follow somebody's link to Amazon if you're shopping on Amazon. Give them that 4%. Me, another channel you like, just somebody. So Amazon's not pocketing the 4%. But yeah, thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate all my subscribers. You guys rock. I love you guys. I do this for you. And remember, prep out of peace of mind, not out of fear. Also remember to prep a little every day, even if it's just fitness. Do some push-ups, sit-ups, walk, whatever it may be. Work on your knowledge. Learn a new skill. Also, Remember that prepping is living insurance, not life insurance, because life insurance is death insurance. Prepping is living insurance. It's to enable you and your family to survive, to live. Have a wonderful day, and blessings to you and yours.